Okay, in this video we're going to talk about editing MIDI information. So if we look at our Studio One window, we have the mix window here and browse over here. We can leave the browse closed for now. Now there's also an edit window. So if I'm in mix and let's say let's deal with this bass. If I double click this, the edit window opens and then we can listen. And in here we have each given note. And so let's say I think these notes are a little loud. I can change the velocity of the note down here. And this particular patch has a little thing where the harder the velocity, the sound changes. So we get here. Let me solo this for us. Right, so this one's really loud. So let's go back and see what we've got here now. I sort of double hit this one, so I can actually select that and delete it. And let's say I want to make that's an E flat, but let's just say I want to make this an A flat. So now we get right, so you can go in and edit any of these things. Let me just take some of these other loud ones and bring them down a little bit. And maybe I want this one to be actually right on the beat. Right, so we can edit all of those things. Now, each of these little blocks is actually a note on message and a note on message. So let's actually look at the organ part here. So let's solo this. I'm going to start it right here. So here's a note on message. Here's a note off message. Notice I didn't quantize these so they don't start at the same spot, right? So quantize means to move it to the closest 16th note or 8th note or whole note or whatever. And these are like a little sloppy, but let me start here. Oh, why didn't we hear anything? Well, if this is a note on message and this is a note off message, the middle of this, like this bar is just here to represent to us that things should be sounding. There's actually no information here. There's information here and information here. So if you start in the middle of a MIDI note in this piano roll form, you don't hear anything till the next note on. And let's say I want to make this. Quarter note. Oh, makes me select the whole thing, doesn't it? It does. Unless I can come up here. And cut these things and then delete that and delete that And delete that. And now we have right, so we can edit all of these things, and then we can go back into the mix window and maybe turn the organ down and the bass up or whatever. Now the other thing we can do is, let's open up Browse and let me find a percussion sound here. There's no, it's looking like for a shaker. Marimbas, no. I don't know what crickets sound like. Let's find out. So we're going to make a new track of crickets. Do I have something solo? Let's say that the crickets are not the one. Let's do that. Okay. But instead of playing them in with the keyboard, I can simply take the pencil tool here and draw some stuff in, click some spots, and if we play this, we get right, which is kind of random, me just drawing stuff in. But if we wanted to, let's say, change this to a sound that is a pitched sound, let's go to the marimba. Right, and I'll come down here and let's select and delete it. But I want to and let's kind of just move these. So if we play this now, we get that's the wrong note. Right, so you can create things even without a keyboard. You can just draw them in edit mode, although using the QWERTY keyboard is way easier. So there you go. That's a little bit on editing MIDI information in Studio One.